It's safe to say that, at least in the world I grew up in, everybody wants money.
Money gives you option.
I think money may not buy you happiness, but it buys you a sense of security.
The world revolves around money.
Money can drive us, can motivate us, can separate us, can depress us, and for some, it can even kill us. We go through life constantly looking for more ways to make money and live more lavishly so that we can impress people, feel better, feel more fulfilled, be happier, and live a better life. But at what point is all of that chase for wealth too much? I've been dreaming of traveling around Asia for such a long time, and yet now that I'm here, I spend the majority of my days in a Starbucks. I'm struggling with the fact that I am prioritizing making money so much that I'm forgetting to live life. And I feel like this problem is very prevalent in Singapore of all places. That's why we're using it today as a case study to answer those questions. Is money important to you?
Yes, reason being money gives you option, and it's option that people want in life.
For many people, I think money is a very clear indicator that you're doing it in life. So I guess that is true to a certain degree.
I grew up quite poor. I thought that it would be everything that I wanted and everything that I chased.
You got money, you don't want to work, it's up to you. It's the financial freedom, but what's the cost of financial freedom? Is money after all. So it's a whole closed loop.
It was a way to buy your freedom, so we just want to earn money for that purpose.
Is money a big part of Singaporean culture?
Because everything is very expensive. What people say, the perceptions you have is whether you got the money or not. Money talks.
Right.
Especially in Singapore, I think money is security. It's gonna be okay if I have this amount of money in my bank, and it's not gonna be okay if I don't get this, like the car and the house and all of that, right?
The 5 C's of Singapore: cash, condo, credit, country club, and one more thing I forget.
Community?
No.
I wish it was as wholesome.
Tied with New York City for the most expensive place in the world to live in, home to the world's 4th highest GDP per capita, and known as the 20th century's craziest growth story, Singapore is one of the richest places on earth. Singaporeans are now obsessed with money, so much so that the amount of money you make is one of the largest determinants of how attractive you are. What drives you to make money?
I need to be able to take care of myself, my family, and my future.
Honestly, in the beginning, you have your wants and needs, right? And then somewhere along the line, I thought, okay, I can use it to help people that I care about. I think that's what really drives me more. Personally, for me, doing things for folks, it could be like helping out a sibling go to grad school or things like that. I think that's what pushed me. I think the relationship that I have with people, especially family, is what pushed me to make more.
At the end of the day, is all you chase is indeed money, right? You will become stale because you put the value to money.
If you think about your life, are there things you sacrifice in order to make more money?
Pursuing things like relationships and things like that, right? I think that's what I feel I've had to sacrifice.
Time, maybe a relationship as well.
When you think of money, the first thing that you sacrifice is your health. You do stupid things. You eat shit, too much carb, too much salty food. Maybe you drink too much.
But the reality is you don't have to sacrifice your health to make money. At least not when you have products like the sponsor of today's video, Athletic Greens. Athletic Greens is a comprehensive and convenient all-in-one daily nutrition solution. In English terms, that basically means this is a powder that has a ton of different vitamins and minerals that, if you take them daily, will allow you to be healthier and live better. I've been using them mainly on my travels. As I've been moving and filming throughout Asia, this has been a really convenient product to have because most of the time when we're moving city to city every 2-3 days, I never have time to get settled in and get the right nutrition. You just tear open the packet. Look at all those good vitamins. Shake it together. You're supposed to have this drink every single day. So if you want to try Athletic Greens, just click the link in my description, go to their website, and check out their products. Thanks, AG1. Now let's get back to the video. Do you have a number in mind, though, of how much would make you happy?
Oh, this is a tough one to answer.
Most of us want to be wealthy. There's no question about that. But why we want to make that money is a different story. Most of us cannot figure out our definition of how much money we need to be happy and why we want that much money. Is there a number in mind where you're like, if I make this much, then I will be happy?
That number keeps going up. I think when you keep hitting that number, I think every time you hit a number, right, you still think about how much further you can go, right?
And that's why a lot of us are stuck in this cycle of always wanting more and more and more and never being satisfied with what we have. But who is making us want more? Is it us? Is it society or family or peers? Why can we never be happy with what we have? Why do we always want more? 3 years ago, I actually lived in Singapore for 4 months. I studied here at NUS University. And I realized when I was in my classes that there was a traditional path that Singaporeans have, and they are pressured into taking them. So I'm back here 3 years later, and I'm curious to see if that is still the case. What's your major?
I major in business studies, and I'm planning to specialize in finance.
Business administration at NUS.
Intending in specializing in marketing.
What do you want to do when you graduate?
No clue.
I want to earn enough money to make a change.
Do you feel pressure to go into a different career?
Came from a family with my sister and my dad both working in the finance, and I think growing up watching them working in banks kind of helped me to gain more interest in finance.
Initially, I wanted to have a degree in social work, actually. My parents said only if you have enough money, then you can actually make a change. Because like the world revolves around money.
From what I understand, money plays a big role in Singaporean culture. Like money drives a lot of decisions. Do you find that that's true?
Yeah, 100%. I think it's indoctrinated into like a bit of our culture. Like, you know, in order to be classified as a successful Singaporean or stuff, you need to make a fixed amount of money. You know, you need to have certain privileges like a car, a condo, the 5 C's. Yeah.
We spend our whole lives growing up here. Everything rooted here is a cultural thing.
Yeah. We have too much filial piety.
Exactly.
Are you pressured though?
Asian, all that Asian trait.
No,
you know?
we are a lot of filial piety, and we are also too dependent.
You dependent?
Dependent on the system.
What was that first word?
Filial piety.
What does that mean?
Loyalty to parents.
So do they have like a career plan for you? Your parents? Like do they have kind of like a list of steps?
Yes, number 1, become a doctor.
Do you think money buys happiness?
I think that people who say money don't buy happiness, they always have money. It may not buy you happiness, but it buys you a sense of security.
How much money do you think you need to be happy?
Enough to buy me a condo. That's like $2 million.
10,000 per month.
And what does 10,000 get you?
10,000 can get me good food every day, maybe eating out at restaurants, and then buying a car and condo.
I think $7,000 a month.
That'll make you happy?
That'll make me very happy, yes.
Yeah. You think if you had half of that, you'd still be happy?
If I had half of that, I'll be half as happy. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
I major in finance.
In finance?
Yeah, business, specializing in finance, but yeah.
You like it?
Yeah, it's fine. I chose this because it has the most money, so it's not because I like it, right? Just have to put food on the table. Very practical reason. Yeah. Everything requires money. If you want a house, you got money, you can get a house. You want a car, you got money, you got a car. You can do a lot of things with money, but without money, there's a lot more burden on your chest.
So what is your passion if you know it?
My passion, I think, definitely be like you, being a YouTuber.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's my passion. But I think practically I'm more of an introvert. So what everyone does, the corporate ladder, and continue climbing the rat race.
Did you know I used to be an introvert and I used to be in finance?
How do you do it, man?
And you gotta take the leap. Okay, it's pretty much the same. I've realized that probably nothing will change unless we make videos and content like this to help further the understanding. I was up all night editing and then stayed up so late that I woke up late this morning, and instead of working out like I usually would, I just went right to a coffee shop and went to work. And it's kind of been like this for the last few weeks of my trip. I feel like I am personally living in this one-day world where it's like I'm trying to make a lot of money to live a certain lifestyle in the future, but at the same time I started this job because I wanted to escape living a certain lifestyle and wanted to do what I wanted to do. Now I find myself, a bit closer than most people. I'm still doing a job that I love, but working all the time, and I'm not enjoying myself. I'm in the most beautiful place in the world, a place that I feel the most alive in, and I'm spending most of it working. I'm personally curious, knowing about the people who made it in life, people who are older than me. Was the money worth it? Was it worth the time and the sacrifices?
Making money was important, but never been the main driver. The main objective was indeed to make money quickly, but when we say a lot of money, it's always for a certain purpose. I think if you don't have a purpose, that's when you get lost. In 2019, we went through this exercise. What would be our nirvana life? Our ideal life if we had no boundaries.
How did you guys come to that number?
Nothing matters more in life than people that you're surrounding yourself by. Because your ideal life when you're 25 and when you're 40, it's different. When you're 25, you want to change the world. You're very full of ideas. You never accept the status quo as reality. You always want to change things. So you define where you like places on the planet. You define what you like doing, the people that you want to see and spend time with, and then you realize, hey, what would be your day-to-day life? And from there, you put a budget against, you know.
It's not about being wealthy. What they do that most of us don't is they actually define what it means to be rich, what that looks like, how it feels. They know what they want, and they know how much they need to get, how much they need to make in order to feel or live a certain way. And most of us don't. So maybe we shouldn't be focusing on how to make more money, but rather how to properly balance it out.
Well, living is from day zero. Never make money your first priority, otherwise you're going to be very sad in life. And money is an enabler, not a purpose, a goal in itself. Money is buying you freedom, it's not a prison.
So a lot of people in life, they just want more money, more money, more money, and they do a lot of things to make more money, but we forget to live and enjoy life sometimes.
We off day, you can enjoy.
On your off day?
Yeah.
How many
enjoy
off
with
days?
My family. One day. For 1 month, 4 days.
And what do you do on that in that day?
With my family, friends, something like that.
Just relaxing?
Relax.
Have we even taken a day off completely where we didn't do any work? Like purposely, where we didn't do it?
No.
No, eh?
No.
We should do that. We're meeting our buddy Daniel. He told us to meet him here at Sentosa Beach. Explain to us what we're doing.
Right, so we're gonna be longboarding down Venice Beach right now. Nah, just kidding. This is beach station. When you come to Singapore, you have to check out Sentosa Beach. Nine rooms.
This is it?
Yeah, that's it.
You're just supposed to sit here and sleep?
We lost him.
How do you feel?
I'm sleepy, man. The sheep. So many sheep. I think that the key to success is balance, and today was a really nice change of pace. I was able to read my book for the first time in I think 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Even on the planes I wasn't reading. We were editing or we were working on something else, so it's been really refreshing to actually be able to just stop and say, okay, I am not gonna touch my computer today. I am not gonna touch my phone. I'm in a really good mood right now. I'm really happy to be here tonight.
In your opinion, at what point should we stop chasing money and start focusing on life?
I think at the point at where you reach that, is another grand, is it going to make a difference to my current standard of living? If the answer is yes and you have a need for it, then you probably should continue pushing for it. But if you think that it's going to make a difference, but it's not going to make a significant difference in the way that I live my life. So that's the thing where I think you have to start making that change.
People is they always think it's a work-life balance thing because they draw the line between work and life. But for me, it's more of an integration. Why can't I do both?
If you think that you can slow down without compromising too much on stuff, and then you want to do some other more meaningful stuff. But I think given our environment, we might need to juggle both.
You've got to hold both in a little bit of regard, measure it out, Sometimes people say follow your dreams and the money will come. Sometimes it doesn't, and that was a reality check for me. You've got to weigh it out, and once you have a little bit of excess, I would say reevaluate your dreams again.
The sky's the limit really, right? There's always something else you could be doing, something better. Spend most of your life just looking for that better, and then you realize, if I spend 24 hours working, then how do I spend the money I earn?
Are we doomed? Well, at least from what I've learned about myself and my story, I don't think so. Maybe the problem that we're all facing is that we're not defining how much money we actually need to be happy and what that happiness looks like. And if we can do both of those things, then we will realize that we might not need as much as we think we do, and we might be a lot happier with a lot less. The only way to actually figure that out, though, is to start thinking about it and start having that discussion. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, you're definitely going to like this one right here. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I'm Will, and as always, it's a mindset.